It's that time of the night. I'm Dan.
Ready?
Yep.
I'm Nick, folks.
Already out of beer. And we're the Unpanderers.
Together, we're just this unstoppable two-person, whatever group of two is. Couple. Is that it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Couple.
Yep. Magnificent couple. Fabulous. Magnificent. Glorious.
That sounds fabulous right there.
Mm.
A little thing we like to do on the podcast is
Drink.
drink a couple brewskis.
Relax. This is our dad time, I would say. Our time not being dads, since it's the only time we have alone to each other.
From our dad. Talking to you from our dad holes.
Yep.
From our dad hole to your dad ears. You know what I'm saying?
Ah.
Although I'd like to think women find the show enlightening. And children over 18.
Yeah. Nobody over the age of 65, retirees probably can't survive it. He will die immediately.
We are not held responsible for them, for anyone else, for our employers, for anything we say, for anything entertainment clause, for anything legal, for anything something, for anything I skipped a few things, for anything.
Yeah. I'd like to see you try to sue us.
Did you catch I said all the things over there and I said what you said? I said it. If we're replaying this in front of a courtroom,
Yeah.
you can clearly hear what my client said. The thing we're being sued for.
Yeah.
I said it.
Can't happen.
If you listened closely, you would have caught it. So let's get to it.
Yeah. What do you want to start off with?
What do we always start off with? It's my birthday
Oh, happy birthday, Nick.
That's right. Look at that.
Don't tell them the day, because they'll find out your social security card, and you won't get income in your retirement age.
I don't care. Joke's on them. I won't have any either.
You'll never make it.
Well, folks, when I think about birthdays, I think like it's that one chance we get to, like it's a palpable time of the year where we can turn it all around.
Yeah. How old are you going to be? Is it palindrome yet?
Yes, it is, and it rhymes with hurdy-he.
Ah. Nice.
Wait, my dad got me a case of Rolling Rock.
Does it have 30 on it?
So I don't drink Rolling Rock, and I'm looking at it. He's like, "Come on, you know what it's for." And I was like,
Oh, shit.
I've never bought Rolling Rock in my life. He's like, "Come on." And I was like, "Oh, the beer with 30."
Come on, Nick. You're getting slow in your old age.
And I was like, awesome. And I was like thinking about it. I was like, I don't like Rolling Rock. Shout out my dad though. He got me some beer.
He was thinking of you.
He was. Good on him.
Yeah,
They
dads.
probably like scroll. But it's the one time in a year, like people use New Year's, people use other holidays, and it's like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna stop being lazy at night, and I'm gonna start applying for that new job. Or hey, I know I started smoking. I'm gonna wait till this holiday, and I'm gonna stop smoking. Or like for me, I'm like, I'm gonna stop drinking and all that. And a chance to do it is your birthday. It's like a whole year is gone. I mean, it's an arbitrary day, but it isn't. I think it's a chance to stop drinking. So shout out my birthday.
Do you think feet-eye choose to come out when they do?
Hmm?
There's probably a little bit involved. Do you think they're mentally like, I'm done? I want to end it now. Let's begin this shitty life by ending it.
Well, they don't know they're beginning a life, so is it suicide? Or they just...
It could be. I mean, it's the life that they know, right? They're like,
They have
9
no
months
clue.
of this. No, I can't live this.
getting cramped.
And they just,
I'd rather die. Interesting.
and then they probably don't have a choice. They have one.
They don't.
This is
they
the
can't go back
saddest
in.
thought. Wait, what was the earliest that you could possibly, like, Butterfly Effect? They had an alternate ending. Yeah, where the baby decides that its life is going to ruin other people's, and it umbilical cords itself.
The earliest the baby could do that?
Yeah, I don't think it has the dexterity or the strength.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Plus, I don't think you can do it that way because you pass out and wake up, pass out, wake up. To really be determined, it's going to take a while. You're going to die of starvation.
That's one determined baby. I want people to say that as they're leaving the theater.
Yeah.
Turn it into a movie. Like a heartwarming movie of success and suicide.
Oh. Suicide, so sad. That's such a sad topic. We're just going to skip right over it and not talk about it.
Well, we could talk about it. We'd spend hours talking about how bad it is.
Yeah, please don't.
It's illegal. It is.
It is illegal?
Yeah, you're not allowed to like harm a corpse. I think it's
Do you-
considered.
Do you get fined? They fine the corpse for killing
They
itself?
can try, but it often doesn't show up in court.
Hmm.
It is illegal though. I did a project on this. I thought that was the funniest thing.
You did a project on this?
Oh yeah, on suicide in like high school, like the problems with suicide and suicide numbers and the incline, the decrease, who it's most likely in, how it affects families, stuff like that. And one whole PowerPoint slide because we were the generation of PowerPoint slides. Like that was
Oh, yeah.
what we did for a project when the computers was around.
Uh-huh.
Hey, use the computers. It was like it came in from the side. It was a slide and it had these jail bars and I made it go clink clink and it was like suicide is illegal in like 14 states. It was a real fact, but I avidly remember this slide. It's illegal, folks.
Was that morality class?
Yeah, it probably was a morality class.
What was it? What, somebody had it that they like instead of actually doing it, they did a I think video. I think it was one of the first videos you saw that was actually like a presentation. He went to fast food restaurants and was buying random stuff, and he'd pull up to the window and say, "What do you think of capital punishment?" And they'd be like, "Oh."
Wait, someone I know?
Oh shit! I forget his name.
You can say a first name.
It might have been Bryn. No, Bryn is he's actually got a chain of restaurants, so I shouldn't say. Oh shit.
Yeah, but it's really hard to find.
Yeah, and it's surviving. I'll give him that.
I delivered to him one time.
Oh, to him personally,
His store, yeah, his original store.
he only ordered one time. He didn't reorder.
No, he didn't.
Did you get the first order free?
No, that would have been genius. On his part. That's how he survived. And he'd getting first order frees everywhere.
Yeah.
No, like he didn't like my stuff. He wants like super fancy cups and super fancy this and super fancy plastics and super fancy takeouts. And I was like, I got styrofoam. So whatever. Good for him.
See, for me, I just envision you delivering toilet paper to everybody, just like
Like
that's all you got.
It's not even toilet paper.
I could-
do
I
a lot
could-
of trash.
But I could see him like being like, "Give me 5 minutes," and then like he comes out of the bathroom like, "I need nicer stuff."
Or he gives it back. He's like, 3 weeks later, he's dialing me up. I gotta return that toilet paper.
Yeah.
Is it in the original box? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. You unwrapped a lot of it. This looks kind of weird. Good.
Oh
It's not our
man.
style.
Yeah.
So, yeah, suicide bad. Touched on a couple things.
Yeah.
Touched on a couple things. Any corrections for you?
Let me see. What did we talk about last time? I don't remember.
I said that a person could breathe oil if they were submerged in water and happened to be near oil for a little while, and it would keep them alive for like 8 minutes, 12 minutes.
I mean, I could understand that because Abyss
Wrong.
does that, right?
Yeah, that's not oil. That's pink air, oxygen stuff.
Oxygenated oil?
No, not even.
Don't
No.
don't try
If I
that.
breathed in oil, it would just fill your lungs and you'd die right away. So if anyone tried this to be cool at a party, I apologize deeply. And it's technically not suicide because you should have researched it.
Now I'm curious if you could drink liquid oxygen. Like I know liquid oxygen is really, really cold,
That was the idea in the Abyss, is what that stuff was, the pink stuff.
but it was oxygenated water or something.
Yeah, oxygenated something, some solution you could breathe.
It's like
but-
you could breathe in like you're a fish. You got
but
gills
I
or something.
I imagine that if it was real by now, everyone would have it, like in their house. It would be just cool to have.
Maybe a can. Like, fill my lungs with water with this. I'm gonna pretend to breathe. I'm gonna go in the reservoir.
Be right back, babe. You just roll out and go to the local lake and just the dad walks into the water like a Weekend at Bernie scene. He walks in, man, and he's down there for like 15 minutes. No one knows what he's doing, and then he's comes back up and he's like, whew.
Yeah. He'd have to keep the water in by like taping his mouth. So he'd have to like gulp it down and then like
Yes, that's a good point because otherwise he would.
you get regular water in there.
Yeah.
We all know you can't breathe regular water, just to make sure.
We're not making any corrections in future episodes.
Yeah.
Made it clear here on the Unpanders you can't drink regular water
Yeah.
and breathe it.
Good clarification. You called me a lie there.
Clarifications and corrections already done for this episode and the next, folks.
I need a stamp.
You can get that just anywhere. You definitely get that on the Unpanders.
Yeah.
That's why I like us. We're good.
Remind me of a scene from Indiana Jones where he has to break through the floor of that library in Venice. He's got the post that's like it holds up like the line, it's like a big wooden metal thing, and then he's like trying to break a piece of slate, and then you got the bookkeeper, the librarian, who has a stamp, and at the same time he just happens to hit the stamp when he hits the ground, so it's like boom, and the bookkeeper's like looking at his stamp.
Oh yes, yeah. That's called Steven Spielberg doing his best right there. Huh?
A little bit of comedy in the middle of that.
Huh? Yeah, that's a good director.
Mm.
He's borrowing from different genres, I believe it's referred to as.
Oh, really? Would you like to educate me on this?
No, but I did notice that I'm actually fairly cognizant of what happens in film.
Other people miss it entirely?
Well, I understand that sometimes perspective plays an important role in what a scene says. Like if it's from low down, like it's like a foreboding thing.
Oh, yeah.
If it's like from a weird askew angle, like no one in the room is going, that's from an askew angle. But like in my head, I'm like, ooh, nice angle. That's
awkward.
Creepy.
It feels unnatural. Right. It's strange.
Right. All right. I think I get more what the director is doing than the average Joe. But I'm not like with a pen and paper, like writing things down and being like, oh, did you see his homage to Train Spotting 2? You know what I mean? It's like, I didn't see it. But I'm good at that and English major stuff, like the storyline.
That's one of the things that, like, I only had like one elective class, and it happened to be film.
Film? Yeah, I did a class on film in college.
I wrote a paper about Shawshank Redemption, and it was so good that in a class of like probably 100 students, the teacher was like, whoever did Shawshank Redemption is amazing, thank you. And I was like, that was me. I did something good. Did you say that? No, I did a little like awkward hand raise where I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should maybe yep, I'll take it.
Well, I can tell you how Dan did it, guys. Everybody, it's like a room of all these people, no one's paying attention and everything, and then it's like, Shawshank was great. And Dan's like, no, not gonna, no, not gonna.
That's okay. I mean, you all saw it.
Okay,
it's me.
Good.
You could tell.
Yeah, you were the only one clapping. You were like, good job, whoever. It was good.
I'll take all the credit. It was somebody else's paper, probably. I'd be like,
yeah. Someone did a great job. Whoever it was.
To look around the room first. You're just like, don't raise your hands.
You were there, like, elbowing the person next to you, like, who does that? And then you're like, read it!
Every word. Twice.
Every damn word! Who cares? Please!
Meanwhile, the lowest graded class was English, for some reason. That prick.
Interesting. Well, it sounds like you're getting revenge for when someone got a 10 on a paper in a certain English class we had together.
I got a 9.5.
I got one of the only 10s. I'm just going to say that. Sounds like your 10 happened later in college in film class.
Sure you weren't taking some sort of mind-altering drugs? Sure you didn't change a 1 to a 10?
He was trying to write 1, and then he wrote a 0. He was like, this was garbage. Waking up hours later, is this a 10 or a 1? I can't remember.
You couldn't see the slash, the 1/0, somewhere in between. He didn't want to give you 0.5. That brings us to the next area of our podcast, which is in this.
What is it?
It's over here. I can't read very well because I drank quite a bit, but I think it's something awesome. Oh, daily grind. I do have something.
Ooh, I have a good one. Okay.
I went to there's a donut place called Shipley's, and my wife was in the. Have you heard of them? I thought they were Southern. That's strange.
Okay, cool.
Maybe in your short excursion to Houston, you were able to find a Shipley's.
Well, as the thing was coming down, the plane was taking off again. I said, "That's a Shipley's."
Yeah, could see it. Probably they're everywhere. Anyway,
my
wife was in the car. She asked for a latte, and I was like, yeah, I was like, oh, boy. So I had to order it, and I pulled up to the window, and I say, do you have lattes? And she's like, huh? What? Like, why
Excuse
would,
me?
Yeah, why would you ask
Excuse
that?
me?
Are you asking it? Is that?
So wait, did that make you go? So yes or no? You were like, they were so incredulous. You were like, oh damn it, I don't know which one it is still.
I don't know if I could trust. Like, if it was a young person, I might play it out. But it was an older person who was just like, huh? What? Like, why would you ask that? It's like I was offending her. It's like
Right.
so regular.
But wait, hold on. You're still making me. I'm on the edge of my seat. They do.
Regular coffee, and then she's like, meh, and then she goes back there and gets her coffee. But I was like, oh, that's weird. It's
They
just,
don't have lattes?
They don't have lattes. They don't. I don't know what they don't.
So weird. I thought she was laughing for the other reason. Like, of course, it's a coffee place.
Yeah, no, because it is a
So
coffee
weird.
place. It's coffee and donuts.
Wow, weird.
I never felt so alienated in my life. I was like, what? What are you trying? You're trying to order? What, that? What is that? I don't even know what that is. How?
So last night I went to the casinos or whatever,
Oh,
and we won some money. Coming back, we went to McDonald's.
yeah.
It's a whole long story. It's actually really funny, but we were like, let's do McDonald's as a joke because we blew off going to a restaurant where we reserved seating. We were going to buy expensive steaks.
Oh, you actually lost all your money at the casino.
No, we won. Like we were plus 500 together,
Oh, nice.
which is nice. But for every plus 500, you're usually 5
Yeah.
trips of minus 100. But
Mhm,
anyway, I digress. But we ate so much before dinner at the bar that we didn't eat dinner. So we had a good time. We won all this money and we were happy. And we decided stop playing. Don't give the casino back its money. Let's go home. But we never really had dinner. We just had a big pre-dinner and we're full.
Do they comp you
We went-
food? Do they try to keep you there by feeding you shrimps and?
No, we're not that high rollers. Like that's not. I think the only.
You're up $500, man.
Yeah, we were putting money in the dollar slots, and they're like, "We got to keep these guys here. We need to bring you some lobsters and some steaks to keep them rolling the ones."
It's like
So-
tableside like shrimp frying. That'd be great.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a little tiny like, and then they try to they feed it to you.
Ding, 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 ding. Keep playing. Oh.
It's a
But
Homer Simpson move.
it was a very Homer move. Yeah, it even was a Homer sound I made.
Oh.
But yeah. So we go to McDonald's on the way home because we were like, let's just grab like a fake dinner because we don't need a full thing.
Yeah.
And I roll up to the drive-thru. There's not one person there. All the lights look kind of dim, and the only thing lit up is that sign that says McDonald's on their menu.
We're open.
And I was like, it's 9:05. Do you think they close at 9 on Sunday here? Like, is it local?
Is this religious?
So I waited, and I said this to her, and I was like, maybe. And then she goes, well, where else should we go? And I said, maybe we should go to Wendy's. And I was like, I guess. Like, does everybody close at 9?
Who's the biggest heathen?
Well, it just seemed weird, and we're talking about it for like 30 seconds, and I go, hey, are you open? And a voice was like, yeah. I was like, that was... He called me so off guard. It was like clear as day. He was like, yeah. And I was like, God damn it. You son of a bitch. I heard everything we were saying about going to another store and everything else. And I was like, he's like, do you want to order? And I was like, yeah, yes.
Of course.
You bastard.
Oh man, he got you good.
Did.
He's
But
probably-
it was like a 18-year-old kid or whatever.
yeah.
He didn't have a lot of humor in his eyes, so I don't know.
It's all right. You can resurrect the soul at some point. It just takes a couple years.
I'm not working there.
What'd you order? Hope you didn't get chicken nuggets because those things are not. I don't know what they are, but they're not chicken.
Nothing there is what it seems to be. Oh, I got the new it was a grilled chicken sandwich with pico de gallo and the lettuce and all that crap.
Well,
Artisan sandwich? Yeah, it's a signature sandwich.
artisanal.
Artisanal.
Yeah. Do they pronounce it wrong every time to make sure you don't
I
know?
pronounce it different every time to play my card.
You're plebeian, whatever you want to call it.
See, you just did what I do. But and then she got like some kind of quarter pounder or something. I don't remember. But extra fries for everybody. It tasted delicious after all those winnings and going home. And it was like 4 $100 bills. We put them all over the table and we just rolled on them. Woo!
You make sure you try to get a chip stuck in your butt crack and you just like waddle away with it.
That's a little rough there.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you can do to make money, right?
Whatever you can do. It was good. It was good. But this was leading to another sentence about something we do here, but I can't
I
remember.
forget what we do. What do we do here? Just a bunch
Show
of
up.
dudes.
Show up at the right time.
The next one is Smirk or Smile, and let me see here. Nope. My empty sheet of paper says I don't have anything. I don't remember smiling. I don't think I smiled today, or yesterday, or the day before.
My smirk or smile is going to be pretty easy. My birthday is tomorrow. I've mentioned this. I'm turning older. I'm an adult now. At the casino, they try and keep riffraff out, so they keep security right at the door. This casino. I walked in, and I don't look under 18. I didn't think. God bless. And then they carded me, and it's not the regular carding. It's like they check your ID, they flex it, they try and break it.
They scan the number, look at the database.
They bring it over to a machine. It's not a regular scan machine. It actually goes in the machine, and the machine closes. My pinky there.
There's that moment where the card doesn't come out, and you're just like,
oh yeah, it was like so weird. I was like, what if I'm fake? What if my ID's fake? Like these things go through your head, even though it's a real ID. I was like, and then it like runs all these lasers over your ID, and I'm like looking here, and he's like folding his arms at me, like this kid's gonna break. It's a kid. It's a kid with a beard. And then he like handed it to me, and I was like, thanks. And he's like, good luck. I was like, oh, well, at least that was nice.
Oh.
And I realized you say that to everyone at a casino when you work there. But I went out to go ask the guy where my free money was for my card, because you get $25 free play money
On your birthday?
No, just for the first time you gamble there.
Oh.
And I hadn't gambled in 12 years at this place, so I wasn't in the system anymore. I was like, do I still have a card? He's like, I can't find you. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I'll make you a new one. And I was like, okay. And he's like, if you're new, you get $25. And I was like, okay. So he gave me a new card, and I was like, oh, shoot. He must have figured out that I've been here before. So I went to complain to him, and he goes, no, you just have to gamble $20 or something for it to kick in. And I was like, okay.
Gotcha.
So I walked back, and the same guy asked me for my ID. And I was like, I saw you. I handed it to him, and he did his whole thing, and he thought it was fake, and he put it in the machine. And I was like, this is embarrassing. And then later on, I was getting coats or something, and I went out again, and I came back, and it was not the same guy. And I was like, the guy already got me. He's like, sir, we need to. And I was like, I had to give him, it was 3 times. I got ID 3 times yesterday.
Do you think at the beginning they say, like, every middle-aged white guy needs to be scanned if they have a beard and brown hair?
I guess there's probably a look of people who try to look older. Like, they grow out their facial hair and try and look scraggly and homeless and ugly and stupid. And here I am walking up like, hey, what's up? And they're like, this is a faker. There's no way this guy really looks like this. And I'd be like, got him. So that was my smirk or smile, getting carded 3 times. It took like 10 minutes each time.
So they card your girlfriend at all?
They carded her when I came in with her originally, just, you know.
But
She
you
probably felt great, but...
Yeah. I don't know how women actually feel when they get carded.
I think it's like a little bit like, oh, it's nice, but mostly like, this is annoying.
I feel
You know
like
what I
that's
mean?
every woman's thought. It's like, oh, he's so sweet, but I wish he could do more.
Well, and then there's you have to keep the thought process alive, like, oh my god, you're so lucky you got carded, and like someone was like, you got carded, that's so great, and it's like someone was like, I got carded because they thought you were under 21, that's amazing, and then like really you hate it, but like if everyone else liked it, you're like, oh yeah, I got carded, and then they're like, oh my god, and they're just like,
I can't believe.
like really they didn't like it. Even the people who were bragging about it probably didn't like it, but everyone brags about it, so it's like it just keeps going. One of those things.
So yeah, it's one of those weird social contracts that everyone understands that it should be like cutesy, and they play it up to be cutesy.
But it might be like 1-2 sentences and it's over because you don't really dwell on it.
Yeah.
Like you can't be like 8 sentences later and be like, can you believe Lucy got carded at going in? And it's like, oh my god. And then like 5 minutes later she's like, she got carded! Girls night! This is crazy! Like it's not like he won the lottery. People are like, "She got carded, everyone! And like people are screaming.
My volume meter is just like.
So you know.
Yeah, there's a woman in my office that turned 40 today, and like people are
Did
coming.
You card her? You should just card random girls to make their day.
Don't let her into her cube. Excuse me.
Yo, this might be the ultimate catch-22. So we were talking about the social contract to really pretend to enjoy being carded. Totally, just start carding random people when they're not even buying anything, when you don't even know anything. Be like, hey, can I see your ID? I don't know if you're 21, but I'm not buying it. I'm not doing anything, ma'am. which is funny because ma'am is a signifier that you're way over 21.
Mrs. Miss.
Do you remember? Wait, did you have to learn that in school?
I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe not.
When I was in grade school, I went to grade school so long ago, folks. I had to learn the difference between Miss, Ms, Mrs. Is there a fourth one?
I don't think so. But maybe today now there is.
Transgender, Mr. I think. Or Ms. Mr.
Non-binary. They have like a Z, like a MERS or something. No. MRSA.
Last episode, we discussed MRSA, folks, and how it's ruining hospitals.
Yeah, but no. There is an appropriate way to specify that you're talking to someone who's transgender and non-binary.
It's not Ms.
It's like right? No, it's like a Z. You like have like a Z or something in there.
Okay.
I really want to look this up, but there's no way I could prove it.
Hey, listen, and wait. Can you call that to a person who happens to be just an ugly man or something? Like
you think they're non-gender, but they actually are gender specific.
Yeah, and they're like, "I'm a Mister." Like, sorry, dude. So you open the whole bucket of worms again here. You have to just. Someone said we should embrace a singular pronoun, and I'm okay with that. And I honestly know what it would be.
MX.
MX?
MX.
How do you pronounce that? Mix.
Yeah, mix.
Or mix a lot.
It is kind of in between, though, if you think about it. Like Mr. and Mrs.
But how do you pronounce it? This is for speaking out loud, isn't it? It's not writing people letters.
Maybe.
There's a Deftones song called MX, which is actually pretty badass.
There's another song called MX Missile Proof, which. I'll have to re-listen to that one. Maybe it is about being transgender and having people call you transgender when you're not.
Stuff happens.
Yeah. I can't spell that when I'm drunk. Pronunciation. Oh, thank you, Google.
Oh, it tells you how to pronounce things?
Mix or max?
Mix. I don't like it.
Makes them sound Irish.
It does. Alright, I don't like it.
Yeah.
We're officially anti-MX here on this podcast.
I don't know how you're supposed to know beforehand, and then you might offend them anyway.
Exactly. So, I was just discussing while you were Googling.
So don't do it, yeah.
We should go by a singular pronoun for everyone. All humans.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to get into what's not human.
Just call them human. Like,
no.
Sir Human? Oh.
Use.
Hughes?
Use.
Use guys. Use.
Yeah. What do you guys do?
Use gals. Use guys.
Hey, use.
Hey, you.
Hey, use. Well, use is plural, and you is,
Yeah. No, that makes sense, though. I mean, you just can't call everyone
the
you.
only thing, if you called them yins, I feel like that would be super offensive.
Oh.
Yins is like the ultimate offensive thing. It's like calling someone male if they're female, or female if they're male, or just if you're a yinzer, bad person.
What does that really mean, though?
You never heard yins?
I have heard it before, but only in the
Do you know what it is? It's Pittsburgh speak.
Yeah, that's what does it mean?
It means they hate everyone. It's the same as yous.
What yins are like you're not us, like yins or.
No. What are yins doing later? I can't do a Pittsburgh accent.
God.
It sounds exactly. It hurts your ears, doesn't it?
It's almost like Pittsburgh and New Jersey had a baby.
We are the capital of heroin.
Yins.
Sorry, that's Pittsburgh talk, folks.
It's like guttural though. Some of my organs are really displeased right now. I could feel them kind of moving around.
Pittsburgh is the worst.
I gotta exhale. I need to like meditate or something. Just get that nasty yinzer out. Oh,
Look what it did to my hair. It's sticking up.
it's terrible.
My hair was clean up till I said that word. Now it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Alright. Anyway, moving on to the next subject. We're not going to do Celebrity Challenge this week in relationships, recent shootings and school shootings. We're taking a little respect here. Take a page from our book, other podcasts. We're the only podcast in the tri-state area that actually is taking away from our brochure to promote awareness. So keep that in mind, everyone else.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Thank you. Anyway, moving on to our next subject because we are forward thinkers.
Celebrity Challenge.
Right. Stop. Damn it. I was composed. I was like being all professional for a second, and I just cut my legs out.
Word of the day? What do you got?
No, we're going right to the topic of the night.
Oh, no, I have a word.
Jeez. Bring the time.
Galactagogs. You know what that is?
Is it? No, like beer goggles from the galaxy?
No. Galactagogs are galacta actually means milk, and gogs are like things that create milk.
Milk bags?
Yeah. Titties, baby, titties.
Galacta means to produce
the
milk?
creators
You
of
said?
someone that promotes creation of milk. So it's actually for like pregnant women to drink tea or these like special cookies or whatever to help them
What do
produce
they use
milk.
as Galacta in the
Yeah,
prefix?
like
Go ahead.
Galaxy is actually
So they call it Milky Way.
Milky
Is that
Way.
why?
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
I thought of that, but then I was like, "There's no way."
Everything revolves around tits.
Milk.
Yeah.
Tits. Everything's tits centered.
Couldn't call it
folks.
the tits way. Or boobs galaxy.
Realize the only way you can be centered on a tit is on the girl from Total Recall.
Oh, she's triple. Yeah.
That's right.
You could be centered directly. Yeah.
Just saying, science.
Do you think you would go for the one in the middle, or I mean, you go right that way, right? Yeah. That's the only way to do it.
Imagine any other way, you'd be a savage.
What if?
No,
I
you'd be
know.
a savage.
Yeah.
Trust me.
That's probably you would think that would be out there already, right? Like maybe there's
What?
like a.
Surgery for that?
Well, I've never seen anything that was like a sexual video.
Like a sci-fi porn.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
It's
a
gotta
sci-fi
be.
porn. It's probably her though. Like it's based on her, not women in general with three.
Yeah,
breasts.
I don't think could naturally happen. I've never seen it, and you've never seen it, and no one's ever like, "Oh, look at this," and then I don't think. And if we're offending you because you do have three, we would like to see. Let us know. Put it in the comments below. We have a social.
Show in the comments below, please.
Yeah.
Here's a question before we get into the main topic of the night. Let's say through secret channels, through many dollars funneled in your direction, through really secret channels, through weird stuff going on, and you're entering a whole new world, and someone goes, there's one thing that no one ever captures on camera phone, one thing no one ever tells other people, one thing that once you see it, you keep secret. This is it. What do you think it would be?
So you're saying like the ultimate private thing?
Yeah. Something real, either top secret or like perverted or cool or like we don't want to ruin this with technology or something. Just what could exist that no one would even want to ruin it with that? Because I can't think of anything.
To catch 22 because I'm on video right now. I wouldn't
You
want them to
think
catch.
young panders? You think we should never release these to the public?
Yeah.
And then people are like, "Oh, what do you have on your computer?" And we're like, "Oh, it's nothing. It's just a little podcast to do with my friend here. It's Nick and Dan's. Oh, that's Nick and Dan. I've heard tales."
I think I would lean towards like people who die. You don't want to say like petty things about them. So like you would never want to
See,
say.
hold on. You're going a little different direction.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that. I'm saying what out there. I think aliens. Like, have you ever brought to some place where aliens existed and they were like, they did something for you. I don't know. They made your Johnson huge, but you could never tell anyone about them. Otherwise, it would shrink back and you would die. And then a lot of people started being like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I let my son free roam today, and he was just like, oh. And he didn't know what it was. He was just like, oh, penis. And now, like, my wife was there, like, you know, like, trying to get him to...
Yeah. Was she, like, worried about it?
She was. She was concerned.
See? Yeah.
What? Are you itchy? Like, I was like,
yeah,
no,
what's
man.
Going
He's
on
playing
there?
with his penis. Like, yeah. I tried to... yeah. I was like... I know exactly how that feels, and it feels pretty good, so just let him go. Like, I wanted to say that, but I was like, nah. I'm just going to let you keep going. I'm going to let you be concerned about his penis. Like,
my girl called my son, like, sitting in bed. Like, in the morning, he came into our bed and put both hands down there on it and doing this with it.
He's like...
Oh, he was just, like, sticking his hands on it.
Uh-huh.
She was like, should we talk to him about it? Should we... Whatever? I'm like, no, he's not old enough to go to school. He's fine. He's just checking it out. She's like, should we stop him before when he does this? Like, should we try and physically stop him? I'm like, no, go. He's not going crazy and whacking his Jesus.
Ba-ding.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
But as men, we know exactly what that feels like.
Right. Another thing would be, what if, like, somewhere there was, like, the face of God, and you couldn't videotape it for some reason? People would do that, right? Now, if someone would videotape it, someone would ruin it. You're right.
There'd be the jerk in the background. It'd be what was that? Was that hip hop star? No, wait. What's that called? One that videotapes fights. World Star.
World.
No, what the hell is it
called?
Yeah,
World Star.
Is it World Star?
Yeah.
Those fights are brutal, man.
Yeah, dude. Some of them are vicious.
And so, I guess people don't realize what they're getting into when they're fighting, or they don't realize that they are fighting. And then
yeah, you don't plan on it. Like, you don't, when you're picking out your underwear for the day, you don't plan on it, but they're going to show up on the YouTube. Let me tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
People are hitting each other so hard, knocking each other over. Cameras right there. Like, some underwear are going to be shown. So, every day, wear your fight. Like, you're going to show up on World Star, like, online, like, and get your ass kicked. You never know.
Yeah, I don't know which direction you're going, but there's a lot of stuff that probably...
There was, and it doesn't matter, because we're moving on to the main topic tonight, which is injuries, hurt, and pain. Which, ironically enough...
You got a little ice pack. Is that what you're doing right there? Oh, boy. Did you trip while you're playing casino?
No. Alright. So I've been putting this on my goddamn knee for a while. I volunteered to help move some furniture.
Oh, no. Volunteering.
Had nothing to do... I volunteer all the time. I'm like the furniture guy.
I hate volunteering.
I have a work van, so like people were like, can you just bring your work van home? And I'm like, yeah.
Huh.
Just is the worst word in the English language. Hey, can you just write me a program that gives me money? Hey, can you just put him to bed real quick? Can you just... It's just like just. It's like, no. Anyway, I just was going to help move some furniture. It had nothing to do with me on either end. So, great. Volunteering. Great. This is great. I move furniture all the time. I'm the guy everyone calls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a physically moving boxes kind of guy. That's what I do.
Yep.
I will say, yesterday, I was helping move some huge, like 250-pound, it's called a vanity, a dresser, or something.
Yeah.
It has, anyway, it holds a TV and clothes and all this other stuff.
Yeah, we aren't vain, so we don't really know what those are.
Right. No idea. I've moved many before, whatever, horrible situations. We're moving this down a nice house, and it's way too heavy. We're doing it anyway. It's me and my girlfriend's brother. He's jacked. He's strong.
Stronger than you.
It's down. No, yeah. I give him props. Moving stuff down the steps, and if we get to the bottom, and I thought there was room to lay it down and turn it so we could get down the landing and move down the last part of the steps.
So you're both trying to tell instructions to how to move it? You're not...
Yeah, it's tough because if not everybody's on the same page, no one knows where the X.
We're just gonna we're gonna go like this and then
lift this.
Yeah,
go over. No, don't go over the side.
No, shift. No.
Right.
Yep.
This always happens. Well, we get to the base of the steps and it won't really fit where I need it to stand up so we can turn it, so move it over and move down the last part.
Yep.
And it weighs a ton, like a ton. And I've moved stuff that weighs a ton, like the real old claw bathtubs. I've moved a bunch of them. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden, I'm trying to move it, and I'm like using my body, whenever I'm trying to twist it, and it's running into the wall here, and it's not our house. And I felt something in my knee do something weird, and I lost all strength. And I've been hurt before. I've been done this before. I've never had this happen. And I'm like sweating, and the girls are there, and someone else is there, and he's asking me what I should do, and he's trying to lift it again, and I'm like, hold on. So I'm gonna power through it, right? And I go to do it again, and my legs it's just falling, and I've never.
You're shaking.
Well, I've never been impotent before. I've never not been able to do physically what I want to do.
I know what I have two stories that make me.
Okay. Sure, but hold on, let me finish. So I'm trying to do this stuff, and I'm starting to sweat, and I put my hands through my hair, and all these people are looking at me, and I'm at the dresser, and I'm trying to lift it. I'm trying to tell people what to do, because usually I just bark orders and stuff. And I'm doing this, and I'm looking, and I'm moving to the side, moving to the other side. And I was like, Nick, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I just, and I was like going into another zone, and in my head I'm hearing, your career's over, you're done, you're washed up, this is it, you just tore your ACL, and all this stuff, and like, I'm trying to ignore it, and I'm like sweating, and my hair's weird, and I don't know what to do, and it's still on the steps, like it's not even somewhere where I can rest. I'm leaning it, so I'm holding it up still. And I was just like, I'll try again. And every time I try, my knee has no strength, and it was so weird. And I thought for sure I tore my ACL or my MCL or my PCL or meniscus or I don't know.
Yeah.
So one of the other guys shows up who was outside, and he's like, do you need me to help you? And he's like, older guy. I was like, yeah. Well, I'm going to ask for help. I was like, yeah. And we eventually pushed it back up the steps. Just that's it. And sat it there. And I'm like sweating. And everyone's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And I tried to move some more stuff, and my knee popped.
Ooh.
And I was like, I couldn't put weight on it. And I was like, oh, God, you're done. So the rest of the day, I didn't move much more. I moved the rest of the furniture, but we left that stupid-ass vanity. And people were coming up to me, and they're like, I'm so sorry. Is your leg okay? And I'm like, yeah, it's good. And I do physical labor kind of for a living. And I thought, oh my God, like, what do I do? It was the weirdest feeling. Like, I was like, everything in my whole life is over. Like, whatever. I was like, and then also, for the podcast, I don't have a lot of money. So when I signed up for health insurance, I signed up for something called catastrophe plan.
Yeah.
My deductible is like $10,000 before insurance pays.
You gotta wait till next year.
Oh, I'm not. Listen. So I was thinking in my head, I'm like, what's an MRI? Like $3,000? What's a whatchamacallit? Like $400? What's a surgery for a knee? Like $14,000?
Yeah.
What's not being able to work because I moved boxes for a couple months? That's 3 months. And I was just thinking all these things and like sweating, and I was like, playing it cool. And for the rest of the day, my knee did weird stuff. I couldn't put weight on it and everything. But by the end of the day, I was like going to the casino. Ange would help me. I would lean on her a little bit. And she was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Well, guess what, folks? I'm putting ice on it, and now I can walk on it. I can help my son get around. I think, and this is not official, I think it's not a tear of the ACL, MCL, or PCL. I think it's just a crazy, weird strain.
Huh. So my question is, when you deliver stuff to these places, do you get tips at all?
Almost never. You literally almost never get tips.
Would you get tips if you were in a wheelchair?
Oh, did someone do... Hold on. Someone was doing a special, or I thought of this, a delivery guy in a wheelchair. Okay, here's all your stuff. He wheels up, and it's like, someone help this guy. And you help him, and then you tip him on top of that. Really, he's fine. It's like...
Make it easier on him and tip him.
Right.
Yeah. Double whammy.
But I thought, when this all happened, I've never had this feeling before. I just thought of injuries. And people have them every day, right? Ones that end your career, end your whatever.
Some of them are so stupid, too. You make a mistake, you trip down steps a little bit, or like you I've heard like
trip down just walking like on a regular Wednesday on your way to work or something.
getting out of a car, people like step on like the pavement wrong just because they're not like timing it right. They break their ankle. It's like, what the hell?
Car accidents are one of the more common things that happen in America, right? Like this stuff could ruin your life. And being young and under 30, you think you're invincible, but as you get older, you realize there are things that could screw you physically. Like I have a
Make it worse.
uncle who I think he hurt himself in the job and his shoulder hurt. Well, like the next day, he had like some nerve disease that never gets better.
Huh.
It's a nerve damage that never gets better. Sorry, not a disease. And like now he has morphine lollipops.
Oh, that's
And
good.
like he has to always be on pain meds because they can't officially cure it. It's just always gonna hurt.
Just gonna be a
So
constant pain.
right. So like you can't do your job anymore, and also you're on pain meds for the rest of your life. Like that scares me a
Sounds like
little bit.
addiction, yeah.
Right. I don't know.
Huh.
So I was just thinking of that stuff, and I think we should dive into in a more fun way. What are the more
Pain.
fun injuries you've ever had?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna start with some of the non-fun ones. So I have two things
Worst
that
injury.
yeah I have
Okay.
two things that creak. Is that when I was playing roller hockey in my back when I was like 12 years old, my dad used to like the wheels, you know, the wheels on a car, they go round
Yeah.
and round. But he would used to spray like the silicone stuff to make it look like it was like wet, to make it fancy. Well, that silicone stuff like falls on the pavement and then like makes a permanent slippery spot.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. She's checking on
Now, did Big Mark borrow it?
Big Mark. Is that her brother?
That's her stepmother. I didn't touch it. I don't know. Her in-laws, rather her laws, lost power, so they've been over her house a lot. But
Oh.
anyway.
Are they over there? Are they right now?
Oh my God, no! They'd come down and be like, "What's the noise?
I want to see what you're doing down here. Are you sure you want to
I'll-
be doing this?
I'll talk to Dan."
Yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah, silicone, slippery.
Yeah,
as
the slippery silicone.
Driveway.
So like it would be right next to this like row of bricks that would line the hedgery, the landscaping. So yeah, no. So I hit one of those with my rollerblades and I slid like knee first right into it. I just laid there for about 30 minutes as I contemplated like what I just did. As a kid, you don't feel it, but later on in life, my like that same knee kind of creaks a little bit more, and then it like gives way every now and then. It's like I probably seriously damaged it, but as a young lad, I was able to like jump right up.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, it must have fixed itself a little bit, but not all the way. And that brings me to my second creak, which was indoor soccer. They made, I'm going to call this an excuse, is that they made a brand new indoor soccer area that was like the tackiness of the mat was like super tacky. And it was like the first game we played and it was like a tie game, so I wanted to win. So the ball came to me, I made a pivot, and it like broke my ankle. And it broke my ankle. I was laying on the ground. I was just like, what the fuck? And like I just started sweating profusely. Like I was sweating like crazy, and I was how old? This is in college. Freshman year.
When?
Freshman year, I think.
Really?
Yeah, you never heard?
Well, no, I don't recall the ankle injury. But what is it classified as? Dislocation or like a hairline fracture or what?
No, it was like it's like a spiral fracture.
You got a spiral fracture
Yeah.
from running on a turf?
Yeah, because I twisted as I tried to kick the. Let me put my hands up a little higher. So I was running this way, and then I tried to kick the ball around the guy, and I pivoted like this, and then
Pivoting.
I remember waking up and like moving my arm like this, like I was in trouble. But they said I was on the ground for like a minute, like doing almost nothing. Like, I just like skipped over a minute. I was just like, "There's a problem here. We can't keep going. I can't keep going." That was the worst semester of my life, man. And I had to like crutch everywhere, and it was snowing. Couldn't even do my laundry because it was like half a mile away. I like wait for like 2 weeks.
So wait, did Mama Bear help you out or what?
My mom did come over at the end, but only for a little bit. No one really helped me. The best part was at the end. Women started to really feel like sorry for me. They felt a lot of pity, and I'm an okay guy. I'm about a little above average, I'd say, a little bit, just a touch.
Love it.
So I started to get dates with these girls that would like just want to like hang out because I couldn't go anywhere. But I got a girlfriend from that, almost 2, maybe 3. I'll say,
I think there's some of that.
yeah. So I just kept the crutches all, college. Crutch every now and then. Pick up some chicks.
Spiral fracture.
Yeah, that thing is brutal. Like you look at it.
Oh, baby, you get up, you're like, it's terrible. How are you standing? I get good real fast.
Yeah. You just give me the energy to stand, baby. Upright.
It's funny. I got an ankle injury from one. We don't mention names, but his name's Janetti.
Oh,
And
he's beastly.
he was. Well, it was in high school. In our gym class, maybe the one you were in. Or
Did you
not.
get checked into the board?
No. It had nothing to do
Oh,
with
that
it.
was
It
me.
basketball.
Never mind. Oh,
We both
Josh.
went up for basketball, and I came down first, and then he came down on my ankle, and I remember being like, dude, this hurts so bad for like a full day. Eventually, I went to the doctor, and they were like, it's a hairline fracture. Like, we don't cast it, we don't, whatever. You just have to like wrap it for 6 weeks, and don't run on it, don't hurt it again, don't do whatever or something. And I did, and that was my first ever broken anything, and I was like, this sucks.
It's one of those things
It
where you're
wasn't
looking.
even real, right? No surgery or anything.
If you're looking at the X-ray, you're looking at it. You're like, huh.
It barely is like a little
Yeah.
line. You're like, eh.
The spiral is completely different because you can actually see it's like.
Yeah. Spiral.
You're just like, oh yeah, I did break that.
Yeah.
I knew
That's
immediately.
crazy.
The other freaky thing,
Yeah.
they like when they put the cast on, and it comes off like 3 or 4 months later. It's like something happens to your leg where, like I guess it's the moisture or being like compacted. I don't even know, but like the hair on that leg is like maybe 2 or 3 times more hairier. Like hairs that don't even exist. Like when I put my feet up, it's like one of them's like Lord of the Rings Hobbit foot, and the other one's a normal foot.
Because it's not like you shave your feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's probably a phenomenon. Probably has a name.
Yeah, and that brings me to the third injury that I didn't happen to me, but I thought was the stupidest thing, but the most painful thing, I would think, was that Shadle. You know Shadle. You probably met him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was part of the rugby team. The rugby team did stupid things all the time. One of the things they wanted to do was to lift a car as a team. So they all lifted a car 45 degrees, and then as they all said, okay, let go, Shadle didn't hear them say let go, and he stood there trying to hold a car up, and it fell right on his leg. Like he was like it was just like terrible. It fucked up his ankle so bad.
Dude. Kids are dumb as hell.
Yeah, I know.
I guess everyone with a body is dumb as hell until they reach a certain age.
I mean, you get in groups of like more than 2 or 3, and then it's just like idiocy just takes over. You're all drunk together. You're just like, let's do it, man. Oh no! And then you're crawling away from the pack.
I remember if I ever saw a drunk injury. I saw one that won Mr. Parker
Oh,
caused. No, he did not have. It was to me.
oh yeah.
We won a playoff series against a team in ice hockey, and he was the always crap talker. Like he would always just trash talk the whole game. I'm sure you're well aware.
Yeah.
They were shaking hands in a line, and literally, I was 2 people behind him, and I'm pretty sure he said, "Night, good game, good game, good game," and someone said "good game" to him, and he said, "Sorry, you fucking lost." And the dude punched him just in a handshake line. This never happens in my life. Just clocked him, and after that, like someone else clocked someone else. Someone's grabbing someone.
Yeah.
So I was like pretending to get into a fight with someone. I was like, "Urgh." I was like, "What's happening?" And the dude was like. So I wheel away, and I'm like looking around, and there's this guy trucking at me, and it's like an adult league. Well, it's like this full-grown, like 40-year-old man with a beard, like trucking me, and I was like, "What's he gonna do?" And he ran right into me and just blasted me, and I fell over, and I was like, "Oh my god, help me!" So I got up, and for the next like 2 weeks, it strained my ass muscle or something that went from like my ass down to my thigh, and I pulled it. I literally pulled it. And I would just limp around like with my right butt cheek like this. And at the time, I think I was working, so it was with my father, and he was like really pissed because he was like, "You hurt yourself at hockey?" And I was like, "Yeah, I gotta take off for a few days." He was
no.
like, "I heard you went to the bar that night," and I was like, "You said?" I said I went out for drinks because we won a playoff series. He was like, "That's fine, that's fine." He like went about his thing, and I was like, "Oh, he doesn't."
Oh,
Think it's fine.
I'm fine.
Jesus Christ! And I was like, I had to go to drink off the victory and the butt cheek injury.
Especially initially, you
Overnight.
don't know how bad it is. It's just like a pain.
Right, it's the night of, so and a playoff victory. So
Hmm.
shout out, Mister. Call him Mike.
Parker.
Anyway, best teammate ever, by the way.
Yeah.
I love.
Good job,
I think
Mike.
I got in invariable fights just for being friends with him.
Oh yeah, he pull that shit. He's
Yes,
on my hockey
well,
team.
hold on. Do you think he's still doing it?
Oh yeah, no, he was in my dad's league. He went to the
No. I understand, and you know him, and you know how he does.
yeah.
He just talks nonstop, like shit, like just comes out of his mouth. I can't
Dumbass.
believe it.
Yeah.
And he's not the biggest guy at all. In
No,
fact, he's an offensive defenseman. They're a type.
they're overconfident. I-
Super overconfident. They leave their
Yeah.
their post. Just play offense, dude. Stop playing offensive defenseman. Just play offense.
Uh,
Yeah, you lead the league. You lead the team in goals, but you also lead the team in leaving your defensive post.
I hate those guys. There's the one thing. So like I've gotten
Yep.
like maybe 3 concussions, and I'm surprised I didn't get it this time. So the guy, he's in his own zone. He's pretty much by himself, but I'm busting ass. Like I'm going after this guy as soon as I can. So he crawls around the net, and I'm coming right at him, and I'm like, he'll dodge, and we don't. Like none of us make a move, but I
Neither
truck
one
him.
move. That's a good sign.
Yeah, I nail him, and he flops. He's probably has a concussion. He's got like a cut on his nose, and I'm fine. Like I like he weighed probably half as much as I did. He was very light, tall, skinny mother-effer, and I'm fine, and he's like flailing on the ice, and I look around, and they like all 4 of his teammates are just converging on me. So I look up and I go, oh, I have to make sure I don't get hurt. So I feign like I have a concussion. I'm just like, oh, and I fall on the ice.
You're just gonna have to answer to one. Well, or all 4. You never know.
Yeah, no, not when like all 4 of them are beating all of your teammates. Like you're gonna get probably punched like 3 or 4 times in that exchange. But the only way you get out of it is by feigning. And I was like, I think that was the right thing to do. My older self is like,
dude, you gotta do it. You gotta get hit.
the worst part is I got a 4-minute because he got a cut on his nose.
He's bleeding.
He
Rap, he's bleeding. Rap, he's bleeding.
his own equipment gave him that because he had a shield.
Right, shield. I know exactly what it was.
Prick.
Uh-huh.
And he was a douche. That was pretty much it.
Interesting. What do you think the worst injury you've ever seen in person was? You see anyone like break their back or die?
I've seen, well, you want videos or in person? Like,
No, in person. We get on YouTube injuries or whatever. I'm saying like in person. Have you ever seen like a real nasty injury, like a call?
I've seen a guy break his leg, but it didn't look like anything.
Okay, well sometimes they don't. I mean, I'm just saying.
But I knew like he was going behind the net and somebody was pushing on him, and he just kind of like stuttered a little bit and then went into the boards awkwardly. But that guy was a badass. Like the guy he was huge. He was like 6'5". He stood up and was like, "Give me a fucking chair because I got to wheel myself off this ice." You're just like, what? And then he's like, "Get me a goddamn chair." And then like he sits down on the chair and just like starts going. And I was like, you don't even want to like be helped. Like he's like, it's broken. It's done. I'm gone. I'm done. He like knew he wasn't gonna play ice hockey ever again. He was just pissed that he couldn't play ice hockey. He's like, God damn it.
I didn't see my buddy Stos, but he had a lawnmower take off half his foot.
Oh. I thought it was just a couple toes. Let's go to toe count.
3 toes. 3 toes.
3
Right.
toes? Okay.
I must have told it. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. But that ruined his ice hockey career, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, who knows how far you go? I mean, it's ice hockey. You got to really. But it definitely ended up in men's league, setting up me who can't skate for goals. So thanks, dude.
Yeah. All right. You benefited.
He also came across like an entire container of nitrous.
Like the stuff they use in dentist office to knock you out?
yeah.
How does? Huh?
He was just showing up at his truck the night we won the championship.
Huh?
I've never seen a party like the Clams Championship of '03. It's funny, we're starting to talk in years.
Yeah. I did reference that we just graduated college like 5 or 6 years ago, and I was like, wait a second. I started counting, and I was like, no,
No.
no.
It feels like. So here's a quick question. I think you always think you're that age you're referencing.
By 27, 26.
Right, 28. I think by the time you're 60, you probably think you're 40. Like I think there's probably a schedule.
Yeah.
It keeps getting further and further from the truth, but it's
Yeah.
procedural. Like by the time you're 90, you don't think you're 24. You probably think you're 71. You know
Some
what I
guy,
mean?
yeah, some guy was being filmed by his son. He was 93, I think, and he said, "Hey, Dad, how old do you think you are?" And he's like, 72. And he's like, "No, no, you're older than that." And he kept going up and up, and then like as he got near his age, he was like, "Are you? I can't. Really? 90, 90, 93?" And he's like, "Ah, shit." And he's just like, "You must not know. Like after a certain point, it's just the same, over and over again."
Well, I refer to this multiple times. I try and tell people this. It's super logical and stupid, and maybe doesn't mean much. But when you're one,
Everything's new.
when you're one, you're 100% away from being two. You double your life to get to two.
Yeah.
Right? When you're 92, what percentage is that to get to 93?
Yeah, that's like 1.5%.
Just over 1 point. Yeah, it's over 1. So it's like, I got to live, what, 1 point something percent more of my life? It's not a big deal anymore. Do you know what I mean? I know that's simple math, but I mean, really, when you think about it, that's why every year feels shorter, right?
Yeah, that and like after 25, if you stay in the same job, like every day is pretty much the same.
Exactly. Plus, I mean, we've had an episode on peaking.
Yeah.
Type here.
32.4 was like your max mental age.
Right.
You're
Which, Jesus, I'm done.
Yeah, we're both done.
But, so, I mean, you always remember the peak, I guess, right?
Do you really feel the peak, though?
Hold up, check this. What if someone forced you to live a college-style lifestyle, if that makes sense? Like, right now, you were thrown into a college-style lifestyle.
Didn't have to
you
care
were with
about
other younger people. Would you make just as many new memories and have just as good a time, and then 8 years from now be like, whoo, I remember college too, baby. Like, you always refer to that?
So you're saying no wife, no child,
Sure, yeah.
and people would have to be receptive of you being the old guy, right?
Maybe they don't even notice, because let's say you got young skin. It's not you, obviously.
I think yes, just to be a positive person. You have to. I think I'd really enjoy it. I mean,
Well, you would enjoy it, but I mean, do you think you would remember it as fondly as you did your first college experience?
does
Or
getting
is it
hammered
tied to
hurt?
the actual age?
Yeah, does getting hammered hurt like you're 30-ish, or does it hurt like you're
Yes,
20-ish?
it does. I think it does.
Then you skip and you lose like half your time then, because there's no way you recover after a Friday night drinking and like come back on any time on Saturday.
Well, Wednesday night drinking and go to Thursday classes.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you have to pass college too at that frame? Is there
I think
rules?
you could. You'd be smart enough.
Yeah, I think I could probably pass it. Just do it before you drink, and then save a day. Could you enjoy it? I think you could enjoy it.
I would enjoy the hell out of it. I'm just thinking if I would look back on it as fondly.
I'll just bring my
I think
crutches.
I'd still look back at
Pick up the
college
chicks.
one fondest. Because that age in human being, I don't know. You're invincible at that age, which ties into the injury thing a little bit. I think you really are invincible at a certain age.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who get injured, but you're invincible to a degree.
I think some of the pros like realize like it takes them till the end of the career until they get a major injury.
Right, and they understand it a little more. Like, did Jaromir Jagr ever have
Really
like an
get injured.
ACL or anything like that?
I don't think so. He's a beast. I did hear one of my coworkers played ball with Jeremiah Trotter.
Oh, word.
He said
Big
Jeremiah.
trot,
Yeah.
55.
He said he blew his knee out early on, like in like freshman or senior or not senior, freshman or sophomore year, and Trotter, like his genes are such that he like heals very rapidly or something.
It's possible. I mean, it makes sense.
He was back out there doing like way more than everybody else after like 2 months.
Doing the axe.
Yeah,
moves.
doing the axe.
That's awesome.
And he was like, this guy's a freak of nature. Like he heals faster than anybody I've ever seen.
It makes sense. So I guess, so here's a question: Are people or players literally injury prone? That's a real thing, right?
Yeah, they do. I mean, they do. GMs do give up on players that have repeated like concussions or like they nagging injuries. I'm sure you have the person that's like, oh, but my hip, I can't.
Today can't play tonight.
Yeah, they probably like cut.
So there's a value placed on non-injuriness?
Beefiness. So I just wanted to say beefy.
We love beefiness here.
I would think so. I mean, there's certain people that last forever for some reason. Like they avoid injury, or they like heal fast, or they
There
just
are
are
dudes who have no
beefy.
injuries in their whole career, and you're like, really? And then there are dudes who have all the talent in the world. They're number one picks. You're like, they're super talented. Just wait, he just got his wrist broken. Really weird game. Just let him go.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, anyone's ankle could turn like that. You're like, just give him another year. He'll be back to 100%. And it's weird because I guess that's Port of Sparks too.
Yeah, glass cannon
Or Sparks.
or class cannon. Either way.
Glass cannon.
Yep. Some people are all glitz and they don't really defend themselves. Leave them open for injury. Just takes to the pro level.
But do you think that's a training thing, or do you think it's just in the DNA? Like some people are literally, no matter what you do to them, they're not going to get hurt. And I will say there is, I don't know if there's a science to it yet, but sometimes when people get hit, their bodies, and you're flying into the boards, or you're getting hit on the football field and you're falling to the ground, there's probably a certain way you're supposed to fall or let your body go. And there's probably certain limbs you're supposed to keep stiff and certain joints you're supposed to hold tight to avoid injury. I imagine, even if it's not a learned thing, some people are prone to injury. Some people can avoid it.
Let me say
I have
this.
no idea.
So I knew somebody that got hit by a driver on the highway going the wrong way. And the only reason that person survived because he was super muscly and he tensed up right when he got hit. So he was like super braced. So like if you're going to get nailed, like the beefier you are, the thicker your bones are, the better off you'll be. And that's contrary to some of the things that I've heard where like you want to be like a little bit loose. Like I guess if you want to be a little loose if you don't have
If you're
muscular
getting hit by a
energy.
car, some people say like if you're loose, it's better.
Yeah.
They say. I don't know.
It is not better to be loose when you get hit by a car. Like if it's just going to be a muscular thing and it's the max it could be, sure, be loose, be relaxed. But if you're going to like break bones, if you're not tensed up, tense the fuck up. It's the same thing for like.
I mean, no matter what you say, no one's going to be able to do this.
Yeah, they won't
What
be
your
able to
body does
react.
1 second before a car accident is what the body does. It's not like you can, I remember the panders. They said don't. Got it.
Got it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you don't have that time. It's an instantaneous thing.
It's the same thing when you're playing hockey though. Like you're playing against better players and you think you're trying to like save them by like softening up on them. Probably not a good idea. Like if they're going strong, then you need to go strong so that you both hit and like neutralize each other. I've had it so like people are going full speed, didn't look up, and I was just like, I don't want to rail this kid and give him a concussion, so I softened up. But like,
And it hurt you?
yeah, he skated through me enough that like my skate came up and like cut my leg, and like I was
That's
like,
weird you say that because isn't collision between teammates almost always worse for a player?
it's like one of them is
In
going
every
full speed,
sport.
and the
No.
other, yeah.
Think about it. When guys are innocently skating, or not innocently, I mean they're skating really fast, and they run into their teammate, it's like half the time you're like, ooh, he ran into a teammate. He might really be hurt. Whereas I'm like, he hit a guy he hates 10 seconds ago twice as hard.
fine,
But when you hit a teammate, it's unexpected. Your body's not ready for it. No one, like neither side is ready. So it's like, I guess 100% incident related. Like, is there unexpected?
The completely
help?
unexpected hits.
Yeah, they like seem to hurt more, I guess.
I guess that's why
Which
there's
would
penalties against it.
Go towards tensing.
Yeah.
Go towards tensing, like you would tense, but unexpected hit you don't get to. But it happens in football. It happens in everything. You know, when two guys are
Completely
going for the football
unexpected,
and
and
they
they
hit
clip each other.
Yeah, and you're like, ooh.
Both of them are down on the ground. You're just like, oh.
Yeah, incidental contact.
Incidental.
I don't know. And then there is a truth to the, not rumor, as you get older, your body's more prone to just not heal itself, or
Well, definitely
physically.
not heal.
What happens when you get older?
You lose muscle mass, lose bone mass,
And healing
and
properties
reaction
too?
time as well. You lose a lot of things. It's terrible. Don't get old. Just we'll bring it back to the original topic: suicide.
Happy birthday, me. Either way, and now I'm like, this is a dark ending.
Yeah, yeah. So happy birthday. Good job getting older.
I'm getting older.
Getting injured. You're gonna have to decline next time. They're like, "Can we borrow your truck?" You're like, "Here's the keys."
Yeah. It's like $400.
You're just gonna sit in the truck
and sit there.
with the engine running.
In the front. Yeah. Go ahead, load it up.
You got it. You're good. Someone's in the back like, "Oh my god!" And you're just like, "You're right. You're right. You're good."
Well, actually, if my knee feels better in 2 days, I'll absolutely be 100% back to helping people move and everything.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yesterday, I thought for sure I'll never help anyone move again. I'll never do anything again. I won't pick my kid up and spin him around. Like I was picturing myself spinning my son and laughing, and I was like, it won't happen again. It's just weird. And that's the other thing. I guess no one talks about with injuries. Like Sammy Bradford, previously a Philadelphia Eagle, tore his ACL on a weird play that no one even hit him.
He just went down.
He came back to football after 11 months. You know, it's a lot of training. It's a lot of weightlifting, surgery, doctors, checkups, casts, braces. And he came back to play for the Rams. And there's another play where he didn't see anything going on. He's finally back in. He's been 3 weeks in the league again. He's finally made it back to football. He's running out of bounds and no contact. No one was even coming at him. He was just throwing out of bounds. And he hit his knee. And it was the exact same knee, and he tore it again. And he said, I think it was him, he said, I thought about never playing football again. That was 11 months I spent fixing this leg. What? It just went when I was running out of bounds.
It's done.
Right. And I thought of this. I was like, what if my knee did go, I don't want to spend 11 months fixing it so I can what? Help people move? I don't know. And I'm trying not to be selfish, but at the same time, you feel like if your body starts to go, you don't want to. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm envisioning the drum set in the background becomes a bed. You no longer leave the chair. You have
I don't want to play these.
Yeah.
What if I hurt my wrists?
Yeah.
You know?
You're sleeping in there. You have a pile of food. You can't leave. You're like a little troll.
A big troll.
Yeah.
Big troll. Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty comprehensive.
We wrapped up injuries pretty good.
Yeah.
People get them. People who don't get them. People who get them. People who don't get them.
People who watch
Wolverine heals extra fast. Wolverine gets them. Wolverine heals extra fast. Some people don't get them. Wolverine heals real fast. Nobody even knows how old he is.
I do like Wolverine. He's one of my favorites.
He's everyone's favorite. Yeah, can you imagine if someone watching the podcast is kind of like Cyclops?
Stop.
Off.
Yeah.
Sorry. No Cyclops.
Desubscribe. Desubscribe.
He's hovered over the $1 million mark on Patreon. And he's like, oh. Don't want it, pal.
Yeah. We'll send you a Wolverine keychain for $1 million.
For everyone else watching, we like you a lot.
And not as much as we can. For a complete stranger we don't know.
I feel like I know him.
Very, very closely. Based on... Maybe if they leave a comment, I could understand their personality a little bit. So leave a comment.
What's the injuries?
We might like you.
Come on.
A little more.
I want to hear some good stories about spiral injuries. Yeah, they're nasty.
Yeah.
You know, our mutual friend Dan got hit by a car.
Which Dan?
College Dan, and he went and had sex with a girl who he'd been courting for like 6 months prior to that night.
Was it the person driving the car?
No, it was funny. He got hit by a car and finally got what's her name that night.
Wow. Fate
I
balanced
was
out.
like, what kind of luck is that? And he's like, good luck. And I was like, yeah.
Did he roll off the hood? That's what I'm picturing. Or was it
Exactly.
tap?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a hood incident.
Oh, nice.
And I think it was his fault for crossing at the wrong spot. I believe.
Nah,
and
that's
then
never.
The dude like got out and was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?" And he was like, "Psh,
Don't worry about it.
I got someplace to be." And little do we know, hours later he was.
It's a pity sex. You know, he's telling me he got injured.
Oh
Got hit by a car, and then she's like, "Oh God."
my god, you're a hero.
No, he's like, "Oh God, oh."
Weird.
Yeah.
You'll never know where you are, folks. You can get hit by a car 1 minute, next minute you're plowing.
Yeah, MX. Both of them. I don't even know.
Well,
We do like you.
we like you a lot.
Check us somewhere on the internet.
Or socials. Check them socials. Boom, bang, bing, bang, bong. Just smack socials. Throw money at everything. Give us this. Give us that. Go here. Go there.
Yep.
Our big secret is we're here.
Always.
In your
All
hearts.
the time. Twice a week.
2 times a week, folks. Check us out.
Later.